We should be live. You can cue the show. Production, you can cue the show. Check your mute, check your mute, check your mute, check your mute, check your mute.
It is Miliak 21. What's up, Sports World? Welcome to our inaugural show, man. I know it's been a long time coming. I'm Miliak 21, aka Miliak the Sports Fanatic, aka Miliak, aka just plain old Dave Mills. All right. Welcome to our first show, and I'm so happy that you guys are here. We got a great format. We're going to have a weekly show. Every Monday is going to have a recap in that week's report. We're going to do some great highlights, special interests like where are they now, some interviews with some local athletes, and then we're going to cap it all off with a weekly editorial or rant from the man himself, Miliak. So let's dive into our first show because I know y'all been waiting. And remember, this ain't that network, so this ain't that sports program. You're going to have a unique point of view from Miliak, but I hope you folks are going to enjoy it. We're going to do sports a little bit different. You know, with the invention of ESPN, which is very, very, very near and dear to my heart, we kind of let some haters in and some fakers in the sports game. So when people tell you about these sports nowadays, they want to break it down with numbers because we put the nerds in the room. We're going to use the old-fashioned thing, the eye test. You're not going to be able to tell Miliak what he saw he didn't see. And Miliak is going to tell you what you should have saw when you did see it. So if you guys can understand this unique point of view, this is going to be the show for you. All right. So our first week, normally we'd have a weekly recap about now, but since this is our first show, we're going to talk about the last year in sports. You know what that is. The COVID year in sports, y'all. I got another name for it. I call it the social justice year in sports. You know how we did sports this year. Everything was PC. Everything was, I love the black folks. Hey, that's all good. That's all good. But there were some hiccups throughout the sports season. Rudy Gobert shut down damn sports season, okay? Damn near shut down the world. You guys remember that back in February? We started hearing something about something going on over in China. Man, I was in packed gyms watching my daughter play basketball. I mean, wall to wall, yelling in folks' face and everything. Did not know we was spreading the virus around. I got on my Watch Sports Center that day. They was talking about Rudy Gobert and the NBA possibly being shut down, players warming up, not knowing if they're going to play in games or not. This fool decided he wanted to touch the mic and play with the cell phones on the way out. Bam! That was the end of the sports season. The next day, they shut it all down. And guess what we was left to do? 24 hours of Netflix, 24 hours of damn Amazon Prime. I can only watch so many movies with these goofy subtitles, folks. Miliak's educated, but you don't want to read every time you watch a movie. So with that being said, we decided to shut down the sports season. NBA led the game in shutting it down. After a while, they started seeing the checks weren't coming in. They was like, what's up with the bag, dog? Can we get this back going? So LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Adam Silver sat in the room and decided, I think there is a way we can get this back. Right when they was about to get this meeting going, police decided they wanted to kill poor brother Floyd. Rest in peace, brother George Floyd. That officer put his knee on George Floyd's neck, damn near 10 minutes, and the world was shocked. And we sat and said, man, we can't play no sports in this environment. I don't care who was in that room. So once again, they pulled back. After that, we decided we're not only going to play sports, but we're going to do it in the bubble. We're not only going to do it in the bubble, guess what else we're going to do? We're going to do it for the people. We're going to do it for the black people. And that's what they decided that we're going to go with next. We're going to have a sport NBA season that's going to be socially conscious. And we're going to take care of the brothers. We're going to recognize that black folks don't get treated right. I was all in. You know what that meant? Black folks being treated right, man. We're going to put Breonna Taylor and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that all over the court. And we also want to say NBA players can vote. They can have equality. Shit, you can even have Breonna Taylor's name on the back of your jersey. Sounded like a pretty good idea. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work out, but then when I saw it, I was like, man, these guys might be standing for something. Because every jersey that don't got their name on it and got George Floyd's name on it is probably less money to them. More money going to be going to something that matters. But didn't work out. Most of our stars decided their brand was more important than being down with the cause. Now, they didn't say that was why. Anthony Davis said he wasn't going to do it because it's my name, and I'm proud of my name. You've been wearing your name on your damn jersey since you've been in high school. LeBron James said he wasn't doing it because he had another idea he wanted to do. I don't know why James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, all these stars decided they was above that. You had a couple players, Westbrook, Chris Paul, guys who I consider men's men. They went on with the plan. Because guess what? Some things are bigger than your brand, dog. So they went on with the bubble season, man. And it was all right. I participated. I joined in. I watched it. Some of the games were quality. Phoenix played well. Some of the other teams didn't play too well, but Phoenix played well. Dallas played well. They came on. But then you also had teams that did not play so well, like the Clippers. The Clippers didn't play well at all. Some of that was because their mind was somewhere else. Doc Rivers decided he was going to get in it. We start the season back up, and guess what? They decided they wanted to shoot another brother in Milwaukee. Shot a brother in the back 7 times. Believe his name was Jacob Blake. 7 times in the back while he was going to his car. Regardless of circumstances was, they shot the brother 7 times in the back while he was going to his car. So guess what? The Bucks freaked out and said, man, we can't go on the court. So the Bucks decided they wasn't going to come out. I was waiting for the game to start. They said they wasn't coming. So guess what happened then? LeBron James said, what's y'all playing? If y'all ain't going to play, do y'all have a plan? Once again, they all got together, got in the locker room, said, well, we don't have a plan, but let's come up with a plan. Right now, we're not going to play no game. Doc joined the call. Doc went there and said, if you ain't got a plan, you guys probably need to play. Chris Paul said, hey, you probably need to play. Once again, the bag became important. And guess what happened? Back to the court they went. So there was some give and take on that. I don't know where. I think it was about the dollars, dog, that we even had an NBA season. The NBA season continued to progress. The Clippers choked as usual. The Lakers didn't, as usual. And guess what? The Lakers won their 17th championship. We can debate later on if these championships are even legitimate, seeing that you're not traveling, you're not going on the road. Some people say, oh, it's the bubble. You're distracted. You can't see your family. Me, myself, I play a little athlete. I like to be in a 4-star hotel, get my feet rubbed, and the only thing I got to do is go out and play basketball. So I don't buy all that. It was hard to play basketball during the COVID season, but I appreciated that they went out and did what they did. Right or wrong, I'm not going to judge that, but I appreciate that they did what they did. After the NBA next, we had the Dodgers. The Dodgers hadn't won a championship in 30 years. Dodgers was as a kid, that was my team, man. I swear I love me some Davey Loeb, Steve Garvey, all those guys, Fernando Valenzuela, all those guys, man. Tom Lasorda, Steve Yeager, all those guys hadn't won a World Series in 30 years. Spent more money than anybody. Hadn't won a World Series in 30 years. I'm a Cubs fan, didn't win a World Series for 100 years. So I know what 30 years feel like. 30 years ain't, Dodgers fans been freaking out. They got Kershaw. They got a bunch of young guys. They win Rookie of the Year every year. But guess what they need? A little bit of Mookie. Dodgers went and got Mookie Betts and changed the game. I know they got a black manager. They got some brothers on the team. But if you ain't seen Mookie Betts play baseball, you ain't seen nobody play baseball. The boy played baseball like a highlight film. When you go to the wall and jump and bring that back, Mookie do that shit every night, dog. So when somebody trying to tell you ain't no brothers playing baseball, just say, Mookie Betts play baseball. They know what you're talking about. After the Dodgers, we had Tampa Bay changing the game. There were 2 big things going on in Tampa Bay. We talking about the Bucks right now, not the Lightning. The Lightning won a championship too. Shit, Tampa Bay was the city of champions. So was the Dodgers. We had 2 teams win all 4 major championships. Back to the Lightning. 15 years hadn't won one, dominated the season. NHL also had their season in the bubble. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady. While we were sitting around talking about COVID, Tom Brady decided he was going to go across the country and play for another team. That Tom Brady's a bad boy. I don't know one 45-year-old guy can go across and take a Super Bowl championship to a team that hadn't won a playoff game in years. Tom Brady did it. Tom Brady has now won 7 Super Bowl rings, more than any franchise in the NFL. I ain't always been the biggest Tom Brady fan, but I'll tell you this. The boy can play some football. He's a man's man. He's a leader of men. So congratulations to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Great job. Again, COVID impacted sports. Sports impacted COVID, but sports did do a pretty good job of giving us something else to lean on, man. It gave a pretty good job of giving us something to lean on. Was it the greatest product at all time? Not exactly. But it did what it should have did. Now, there's also the legitimacy of the rings and the hardware won. Tom Brady and LeBron James won a ring and ain't nobody watching it. It's like a tree falling in the forest. Did it even count? It got to be in the sports, in the sports fans' conscience to count when you're trying to go up to GOAT status. You can give me all the numbers you want. If I didn't see it, or if you wasn't paying attention, in my conscience, you didn't move closer to that goal of becoming the GOAT. But guess what? I paid attention. So we'll let the sports world decide if these guys really accomplished something this year by going out and playing during the season. That's going to be on you, America. Ending down this segment, I want y'all to remember, sports in COVID didn't quite mix, but it wasn't quite oil and water. Coming up on our next segment, we're going to have a great interview with a local athlete, and I think you folks are going to really enjoy it. So we will see you in our next segment. Special interest. Bam, bam, bam. TATN, y'all. This ain't that network.
Great job. Please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Please like, share,
Self-love,
subscribe.
if you could run that. Like, share, subscribe.
Okay.
Attention everyone. Introducing Sayrica Africa's all-new cell phone touchscreen crossbag. This bag enables you to be able to talk, text, and email without coming fully in contact with the screen, making it coronavirus safe.
Coming back in right
this
after
bag
this.
makes your phone easily accessible, being around your neck, which means no more misplacing your phone. This crossbag also protects your phone from any fall damage, so no more money spent to fix screens. The bag is also waterproof too, which means no more water damage. This bag also has compartments to store items such as cards and IDs. These are easily accessible as well as the phone. So buy now at sayricaafrica.com.
Check your mute, check your mute, check your mute, check your mute, check your mute.
Welcome back, sports world. Welcome back. Hey, you folks wonder if you've seen Miliak before? Guess what? You have. Full disclosure. That was my pretty face on that commercial you was just looking at. And speaking of Say Eureka Africa, March Madness, in celebration of March Madness, they got a great March Madness sale going on at Say Eureka Africa. Make sure you guys check it out. You got some great African gear, dashikis, stuff from all over the world. And it's not just for us, it's for everybody. So go check out Say Eureka Africa, and you'll get another look at this pretty face, y'all. Check that out. Okay, we got a special interview coming up with a local athlete right now. Coming in the game right now, class of 22 athlete, plays for the awesome Long Beach Polytech Lady Jackrabbit, Skylar Mills Peanut Gallery, Skylar Mills.
Yeah. Big ups.
This is our first interview with our first local athlete, and I hope you folks, because guess what? TATN Sports, we see enough of these guys who got these bags and making $50 million a year. We want our young athletes to get some exposure, to be able to get this screen time, to say what's important to them and what's important out here in the high school sports world. So you folks make sure you check these athletes out. I'm sure they got social media. Write their names down and, show them some love. Show them the love they deserve to be shown. Okay, so we're going to delve into an interview with Skylar Mills, who's part of the class of 22, Southern California basketball, Long Beach Polytech High School. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Skylar.
My name is Skylar Mills. I am 17 years old and I'm currently a junior at Poly High School. I played JV my freshman year and I was on varsity last year and I'm on varsity this year, of course. Yeah, that's it. I love playing basketball. That's probably my favorite thing to do in my pastime besides being on my phone. Yeah, to be honest. Yeah, it's just I've made a whole bunch of friends that I was grateful for playing basketball and knowing a lot of different people outside the areas because of all the different places we're able to play. And I'm just really grateful for all the opportunities that I've had because of basketball.
Okay, so speaking of opportunities, you said playing basketball brought you opportunities. You get opportunities as far as, give me one example of an opportunity that basketball opened up for you, Tyler.
Just playing in like different parts of the country, playing in different parts of California because it's so big. We can play in San Diego over the summers. We play in Arizona. We play in Corona, Riverside, all these different types of areas, and it gives you a great opportunity to meet new people, play against, and have a broad variety of competition and get your game better. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I played some high school basketball and not at the greatest program. I played at a pretty good competitive program. And I heard you say traveling is part of what you guys do nowadays, huh?
Yeah, we do a lot of traveling.
A lot of travel. You guys have a sponsor? You guys sponsored by any Nike, Adidas, or TATN or something like that?
We're sponsored by Adidas Legacy, and they give us all our gear and are able to help us out and going different places, all these different places that we're going. Yeah, and they give us cool shoes, good jerseys, all the stuff that we get from them. Adidas Legacy and that stuff.
Man, being honest, I remember back when I played basketball, unless you went to a Simeon or a Carmel or something like that, you wasn't getting the whole team, wasn't getting truckloads of gym shoes and stuff. So I guess playing in a big time program is something that not every high school student experiences. Do you have friends that play in smaller programs?
I do have friends that play in smaller programs.
How do you compare those to your program?
I feel my program in the section that we're in, we're the top program. I feel like that all the other schools in the district, they're good, but like they're in like the lower divisions. So for my school, we're in the top division in our area.
Okay. All right. Oh, so let me how did you cope with, because this last year there has not been a lot going on. I keep seeing on TV about school starting and they're saying stuff about sports starting and all that. First of all, I know when I played basketball when I was young, I spent a lot of time working on my game. How you just stop playing basketball for a year and then try to turn it back on with school starting back?
Well, for me, it was really hard at the beginning because everything was closed down. The gyms were closed, the parks were closed. They had gates and signs all over the place where you weren't able to play.
Sounds like the Twilight Zone to me, people.
Yes, it was hard the first few months. But then we found this, it was like a broken rim in one of the alleys near my house that I was able to go and shoot at a few times. And then more and more recently, there's been parks that's opening up and gyms opening up, but like under certain restrictions and all of this. So I've been learning to cope with it. I have this Dribble Up app that I do, and I use my iPad and I do dribbling drills inside the house, which I'm grateful that my parents are allowing me to do in the house.
Mom always said, don't play ball in the house.
Yes, I have workouts from online that I do, and I watch the people do it, and I reciprocate what they're doing on the screen. And slowly but surely, me and my friends have started going out playing basketball more and more throughout the week at the parks that are open. And yeah, and hopefully soon that our season can get started, I can have practices and stuff with my friends and being able to go to school and all of this stuff.
When you say friends, you mean teammates, right?
Yeah, my teammates.
Well, I guess your teammates are your friends as well.
Yeah.
So what are your personal and team goals coming up? Because you guys are gonna have a shorter season, right? I don't think seasons are gonna be. I think you guys played almost 35 to 40 games last year. Played in 4 different cities.
Yes.
We're nationally ranked at one time, right?
Yes, we were.
Okay, so with that, you guys got some talent coming back this year. How many? Well, you got a lot of seniors coming back this year. What's going on?
We have 3 seniors, 3 main like players coming back this year. And we have like for me, my friend Nala. We have a few other players that are going to be able to step up this year. We have.
Did you guys lose any really important players?
We did. We lost our point guard, our center, and one of our shooting guards. But we have people that are able to step up and take their place.
All right. So you with you guys losing teams, you got opportunity.
Yes, you have opportunity.
You guys got opportunity, and I know that poly team always has some talent. Always has some talent. Some good girls. It's kind of like I like to call it the Southern California version of UConn. You know, they be deep, y'all. They be deep. Okay, so how do you feel as a student returning to school? Do you feel safe going back to school, or is it just I don't care, I just miss it, I want to get back?
For me, it's more of excitement going back to school. It's been a year, so you know, for me, every kid thinks that you want to have a year off of school, but then when they really give it to you, you want to go back to school. Because I miss my friends, I miss socializing with people. Just learning in a classroom is so much different than learning in a house by yourself.
They had a 1-year snow day, America. 1-year snow day.
Yeah, you're able to talk to people around you and you're able to socialize at lunchtime. But for us now, everything is over the computer screen and your phone screen and your tablet, where you can never doing all that stuff. Of course, you're gonna want to see people in person because it's not the same. So for me, going back to school, I'm really excited about it. But I'm a little nervous for how everything's gonna happen. I hope that we can go through the rest of the year without having like any
shutdown. Absolutely. That would be really discouraging if we did all this, parents did all this, players did all this. And, you know, when you say a shutdown, I hadn't really thought about you guys going back and stuff because I just had a full segment talking about how we have professional sports leagues make it through a full season. I really hope these kids can get through a full season so the class of 21 can have a completion to their high school careers. I think it's really a bummer. I can imagine if I didn't have my senior season. I mean, nobody made this happen. It is what it is, but kudos to these kids for trying to get motivated again to go back out there and get it started back up. Good for you all. Do you talk to others? Did you have any of your friends express or teammates express, I'm not sure if I want to go back to school. I don't feel safe?
Yeah, there have been a few of my friends who don't want to go back to school. They don't feel safe with the people in their house. They have grandparents in their house and parents who have like certain types of things they don't want to get exposed to COVID because of. And I completely understand that. So yeah, I do have friends who aren't able to go back to school, but that want to go back to school. And I have friends who just don't want to go back to school because they feel like they're doing better with staying at home and learning from home and all things like that.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of get that part. You know, I can imagine each kid probably, you know, I know the athletes probably want to get back on campus.
Yeah.
You know, but when I think back to school, I can think probably, I had quite a few buddies who probably wouldn't mind this setup at all. Probably would not have minded this setup at all. Me, I'm not going to say I like class, but I like school. Let's just put it like that, America, okay? But I did like school. So, Skylar, what are your plans after high school?
After high school, I plan to go to college on a basketball scholarship. I want to get my degree in journalism because writing for me is something that I like to do when it's something about me, about myself.
Sounds like we got a roving reporter coming up right here at TATN.
Yes, like if it's something that I enjoy, then I love doing it. But if it's like for a book, if the book is good, then of course, I'm gonna write about it. But yeah, I'm just excited to travel in college for basketball, traveling around the United States, maybe going overseas and playing places, meeting new people, having new connections and stuff and friends and learning from like the best coaches. That's something that I'm really excited for in college.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, do you have any role models, mentors? You know, you don't have to say your dad, you don't have to say the politically correct answer, but there's a lot going on out there. I mean, it's been a big year for women, a really big year for Black women. Every time I look up, I'm seeing other role models. WNBA has been getting a lot of props. Tell me some of the role models and or mentors that you try to model yourself after moving forward.
Well, of course, my parents, my dad, my mom are some of my biggest role models in life. I look up to them, follow try to follow everything that they did or they do, and try to be like them when I'm older. My sister as well, she's very successful, and the way she carries herself as a woman is just what I look up to, and I want to be like her personally. We don't have any of the same interests really, but the way she carries herself and the way she speaks is just really important to me and how I want to be when I'm older. Also, Candace Parker, because she's from Chicago, I really
love Candace.
Yes, I look up to her as a woman. I see her on the news, on sports broadcasting shows and everything, and hearing her talk, and then seeing her game, going to everything that she talks about too. And she's from Chicago. She's going to Chicago Sky. Very excited for that. So, yeah.
Candace is joining the Sky this year, correct?
Yes.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Do you have a favorite player? I know you just said Candace Parker. Give me a favorite NBA player, favorite WNBA player.
My favorite NBA player, well, of all time, of course, Michael Jordan for me.
Yes, sir.
But right now, I don't think I really have a favorite player. I have players that I like to watch. This is Kevin Durant. I like to watch Steph Curry play because their games are exciting for me. I like to see Kawhi because I'm a Clippers fan. I don't have one specific player that I like to watch, but I have players who are exciting to watch for me all over the NBA.
So you like the game, you don't focus on one particular player. You just kind of like to watch. Like today's game has changed so much. Y'all got what I call the travel jump shot. Y'all call it the step back jump shot.
Yeah.
Y'all got some moves that, boy, I swear to God, if I try to do that stuff in the Sick East, man, my coach would have me under the bench. I was saying, Coach, I got this new jump shot. It's called step back, step aside. He said, step your ass to the locker room. That would have been it. But kudos to y'all making up new moves to innovate this game and shooting all the 3 pointers because the game has changed. The game has changed, America. If you ever played some basketball, the game has changed. All right. We're going to get a couple of personal questions in here with Skylar. We're going to ask some stuff. I want to your favorite food.
My favorite food, chicken fettuccine Alfredo.
Fettuccine Alfredo. Your favorite color?
Blue.
You got a favorite song?
Ooh, I have a lot of songs that I like.
Nothing. Hey. I've seen some stuff you listen to, so you watch what
I have favorite artists.
Okay.
Favorite artists.
Who's that?
Nicki Minaj. I like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Megan Thee Stallion. I love.
So you more of a hip hop fan?
Yeah, I'm a hip hop fan.
Okay, awesome. Okay. I got one last question for Skylar, y'all. We're gonna ask Skylar, where does she see herself 10 years from now?
In 10 years, I'll be 27. Hopefully I'm out of college by then. I'll have my degree and I'm working at a good job that I enjoy, making good money, hopefully able to take care of my parents and being able to hopefully start a family at that age, maybe in a few years, traveling the world because I love to travel. Yeah, that's where I hope I see myself, just not really doing too much, but doing stuff that I enjoy doing and being happy with life. And
so in the future, we can look forward to turning to one of these local sports or Fox channels or ESPN and see, or maybe even NBA on TNT and have you sitting in one of those anchor desks. Huh?
Yes. You guys see me in 10 years on one of these on TV, hopefully talking about sports and stuff that I like.
And talking about this interview on TATN, your first. Make sure you mention that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all we have for Skylar tonight, America. We're going to thank her for coming into the studio with this live interview. And it's been awesome having you for our very first interview. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Now, we're going to come back with an editorial announcement and the host himself, Miliak. All right? See you in a minute. After this special message from our sponsor and our network. Thanks. Thank you, baby.
You play either COVID or you could play that hot, not that one, Self. It's the you play the rare tribute to MJ, bro. And let's see if when he wants us to run the highlights, but just run that rare tribute to MJ when you get a chance. You see it in there? TATN.
As you know,
TATN.
I've been here ever since this team was at the bottom, and we worked
Go.
8 hard years to get to where we are. Last 3 years we've been very, very tough in terms of trying to duplicate what we did.
He said we worked 8 hard years. You hear that, LeBron?
Destiny shall be back here for the 4th time. Thank you.
I just feel that at this particular time in my career, I've reached the pinnacle of my career. I've achieved a lot in that short amount of time.
Dark day in Bulls history.
But
Dark day in
I
Bulls
just feel that I don't have anything else for myself to prove.
Man. If he was Barry Bonds, though, it would have been bittersweet, but he wasn't Barry Bonds.
To the city of Chicago. A tribute to Michael. A WGN News special report.
What's his name, Dave? Miliak. If he was Deion Sanders.
Somebody. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dan Roan.
And I'm Ellen.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, y'all
It's
here.
nice to have
We hear you. We can put you on, though.
Tribute to Michael, which
Yeah, we're gonna-
would amount to
let's
about
put you
30
on.
minutes thank you note to Michael
Okay,
Jordan
so
from all of
wait,
us here at
so
WGN.
am I going to talk over the, am I going to talk about Jordan at all or
A
what?
reaction to the
Or
retirement
is
of
this a
Michael
video
Jordan
that
has
we
been
can
widespread
watch?
throughout the city of Chicago.
I mean, you
and
can.
universal in its sadness, I
I'm gonna
think.
talk
This was a
about
break
Michael.
video, and if everybody know, this is our
Including the
first
guys who
run.
are far right.
Right.
Okay,
right.
for everybody out there, this is our first run, so we working out the show. So Dave, cut your camera on, Miliak, and then you commentary during this video.
Okay.
Ask to start video.
There was a press conference, major press
And
conference.
self cut it
tomorrow, and I
down
thought,
one little
well,
notch.
the Bulls made a nice trade. Things are going to happen, but that wasn't what it was about.
Well, it really wasn't shocking news today and shocking people throughout the city of Chicago.
Dark day in Bulls history there, folks.
Michael's stature has grown.
First
far and
retirement
wide
of
as a
Michael
basketball
Jeffrey
player
Jordan.
in Chicago.
Man.
We have some other players on the team tonight, and we're going to show you.
I remember the words started trickling around the
One of them
city
is
talking
Rich
about
King
Michael
standing
Jordan.
by Michael Jordan's restaurant. Rich?
That's right, Dan. A lot of people are watching Michael Jordan.
But guess what?
Big TV screens here.
The game loved him, and he loved the game even more.
Reaction to
Call him
Michael
back.
Jordan's retirement from the Bulls and from around the league. First of all,
Once,
more on this
twice,
story and go
3 times.
Comiskey Park. Randy Salerno is standing by.
Rich, baseball takes a bit of a back seat here tonight as baseball fans, Sox fans, Bulls fans, sports fans in general.
Yes, sir. Yes,
react
sir.
to
All
Michael's
fans.
retirement. We'll let you hear what they have to say a little bit later on. Allison?
All right, thank you, Randy. A double blow for Sox fans tonight.
Boy, no question about that. As if they didn't have enough troubles already.
Okay.
Now, no Michael Jordan to talk about either. You know, Michael played in college at North Carolina for Dean Smith, where he was your basic All-American. But Dean tends to keep his players under wraps a bit. So when Michael was drafted by the Bulls, nobody in Chicago really knew what to expect. But they found out very quickly.
That's good history, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Hello, NBA.
Hey, you and Big Warren knew what to expect.
What's that? Because Mike,
He said when he got drafted, nobody knew what to expect from Mike. Yeah, it was some people who knew.
I feel like we chased everybody when we got Jordan. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew exactly.
I remember.
I knew exactly what this guy
I
was.
distinctly remember y'all saying that.
Man, bro,
Yeah.
I remember exactly who this guy was. Man.
Was the foot he broke.
I was like, I was.
I remember you had no doubt because you was a Carolina fan. You had watched.
There you go, right? I'm Carolina guy anyway, right? I've been watching Jordan since the freshman year, and I was a big ACC fan. ACC basketball. What you got? Illinois State on.
Yeah, look at him.
Michael held
Somebody gave him a shirt.
with a 63-point.
Hey, but Dave, we're gonna cue your next segment here in 20 seconds.
Completely
Okay,
healed
bet.
for his third season, which by the numbers was his best ever.
Production, let me get the Biggie song going, and then that'll kind of cue you, and then we can all be in alignment. Hold on.
The first player since Chamberlain in 62
We all working
to reach
towards in the present,
3,000
working
points
towards
in
the
a season.
future.
He was all
Appreciate y'all
everything
support
that
out
year.
there.
The rest
Like,
of the
share,
80s
subscribe,
brought
please.
scoring
Like,
titles
share,
on an annual
share,
basis.
like,
It
subscribe.
also brought steady improvement from the team
Like, share,
perspective.
subscribe.
1990 produced a wicked 7-game
All right,
series with
there you go,
Detroit in the
production.
Eastern
So
Finals that ended in
we can fade out that share, and then he gonna start his next segment.
Hey, what's back? I'm back, America. I'm back. You guys like that interview we had with class of 2022 star Skylar Baller Mills? We really enjoyed Skylar coming into the studio today and telling us a little bit about herself. I'm a big fan of high school basketball. I've become a big fan of girls high school basketball because I am a participant. And you folks want to see some basketball, get out there and watch the girls play too, man. They bring it, okay? They don't have to be above the rim to be intense, okay? So don't shy away. Don't worry about the gender. Get out there and support basketball. Both genders. It don't matter. If you're a fan of the game, you're a fan of the game, okay? Hope you guys also like that little history lesson we just showed you guys about the great Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know, I was a big fan of Michael Jordan back when he was a college athlete, barely in the campus of North Carolina University. It was a blessing that he came to Chicago. I knew who this guy was from the day he came. All right. So people tell you they were surprised Michael Jordan was as successful as he was in the NBA. They wasn't watching. If you was watching, guess what? You knew exactly what he was. And he was a gift to the game of basketball. I'm not going to get into much on, I got another thing planned for my rant, but we're not going to get into GOAT status right now. We'll get into that in one of our shows coming up. All right. Also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe in this sports network, okay? And everything on this network. TATN has given me an opportunity to bring sports from a different and a unique angle. I appreciate that from TATN. I appreciate that from the network. I want you guys to also appreciate the other programming and some of the other things we have going on in on this network. So make sure you are like, sharing, and subscribing all of this content. Okay, so lastly on our show today, we got our rant/editorial. What we're going to talk about is the All-Star Game, the NBA All-Star Game at that. The NBA All-Star Game was a salute to HBCUs. That's what it was, or that's what it was supposed to be. Once again, it is what I call America. Listen, Black folks deserve what they deserve. We know the impact we made on this country. We don't need to have commercials telling us how good we did. We did real good, man. We did real good. We don't have to have the NBA donate money. Y'all being real good, man. Y'all being real good. All we have to do is be treated fairly. Treated like any other person in this country. We are smart enough to get our own. We are talented enough to get our own. And we are hardworking enough to get our own. As long as we get in a fair shake. So when people sit up here and say, wasn't that great what the NBA did for the HBCUs? I got to answer to that. Fuck them. Who cares? I love HBCUs. This has nothing to do with HBCUs. I got a problem with the NBA deciding to pick and choose, and NBA players as well, pick and choose who they're going to do for the Black community and when they're going to do it. If we have our own, we don't need nobody to pick and choose or wait for somebody to get shot in the back 7 times or wait for white folks to get a guilty conscience to start talking about what they're going to do for our Black sports leagues. Our Black sports league should be doing their own because that's what the NBA is, a Black sports league, regardless if you think it is or ain't. That's exactly. Man, I had to pull up my man Eric Cartman yesterday. Anybody know what the CBAA is? The Crack Baby Athletics Association. That was the brainchild of Eric Cartman. Eric Cartman broke it down. Athletes need to be taken care of. Black athletes really need to be taken care of. The way we get our Black athletes taken care of is, first of all, we get that dream of, I got to go play for Nick Saban at Alabama, mama. I got to go play, what's that boy name over there at Clemson? Bubba somebody or whatever that boy name is. I got to go play for University of Michigan. I got to go play for Harvard. No, you don't. You got to go play for what's best for you. And what's best for us and our people, if we ever want to get that bag on our own America, send our kids, our talented athletes to these HBCUs. That way, we won't need an all-star game that got some crazy-ass format saying they're going to pick teams, they're going to play 4 quarters, whoever wins each quarter. Guess what? We're going to donate some money to the United Negro College Fund if KD's team wins the first quarter. Or if LeBron's team wins the first quarter, we're going to donate money to the Thurgood Marshall, which both of those are great organizations. Don't get it twisted, America. What I'm saying is, why do they have to pick and choose when they're going to donate something? We don't need to be donating if we get our own. So back to what I was trying to say, let's start sending our talented athletes to these HBCUs. Somebody got to be first. Somebody has to be first. You spend maybe 6 months on the college campus as an athlete at your freshman year, especially if you're an athlete projected to go to the next level. So what's stopping you from going to Howard, Morgan State, Tennessee State University? What's stopping you from going to these universities? Because guess what? The NBA still going to draft you. You got these kids going overseas for 6 months now. Why not go to an HBCU? You go to an HBCU, guess what happens? Your buddy comes next. Next year, 2 more of your buddies come. After that, guess what happens? They see y'all balling. Y'all go 30-3. Some other teams, some other buddies go to some other teams in these black conferences. And then what you got going on? Now you got ESPN knocking on the door. We need some games with these, because they don't want to know white boys running up and down the court. You ain't got 10 Luka Doncic to run up and down the court. Everybody says Luka. You ain't got 10 Lukas to run up and down the court. 9 Lukas and the rest of them looking like JJ Redick. Don't nobody want to see that shit. So what you do is you let them say that product is pretty good in that black conference. Next you know, that black conference got that Fox contract or that ESPN contract. Guess what happens next? The facilities start looking good. The weight training room, all that stuff that they sell to our athletes and tell them come to this school because the black people won't have it, we're going to have that. That comes from TV money. That's why Alabama has all that. You tell me, America, why are black kids like, they don't care if they 4th or 5th on the depth chart. I got to go play for them. Every Devontae, DeMonte, and Capante got to go play for Nick Saban. That shit don't make no sense. You go with smartest for you. If you go to HBCU, they will find you. You will bring prosperity to that school and prestige to that school. But it has to start somewhere. I listened to Chris Paul say last weekend, he considered going to HBCU because guess what? His aunt, his uncle, his grandma, his grandpa, everybody in his family went to HBCU. That was literally right in his backyard. What did Chris Paul do? Hey, I love me some Chris Paul, except for the shenanigans at the end of the day. Love Chris Paul, leader of men. But what did Chris Paul decide to do? He was a young cat. He could have been woken up to make a better decision than that. He went to Wake Forest. What did he do that for? Why wouldn't Chris Paul, who know that all these people in his family went to this HBCU, not change the game to see if he can change the game and go to HBCU? Then you might have had a Carmelo come there, because everybody like, Chris Paul is a nice little point guard. I follow point guard to a school. Why would we not look at it that way? LeBron James, you so woke right now, shit. I don't know if you will get a week's sleep for the rest of your life. Now, if you were considering HBCU, then okay, LeBron, because you was a big, I used to love me some young brownies, LeBron James, man. My family would tell you, back in the 90s, I had ESPN, the magazine, next covers of that boy and that thing. Because I knew we had it. I knew we had it in him. Game, recognized game. But now, he has a son who's a pretty good prospect. Is LeBron with all the vote, get out the vote, things that he got going on and equality and all these things, he didn't even consider sending Bronny to a HBCU. Is LeBron James Jr. haven't even considered that? Could you imagine if LeBron James Jr. decided to go to an HBCU? The impact and the prestige that would bring? Some other players would follow. And guess what would happen next? Chris Paul's son, who you see on the commercial, will start considering, maybe I can do that. I can go to an HBCU, bring us prestige, play for 6 months. You still gonna be one and done, so it does not matter. We need to stop shooting ourselves in the foot and saying what we can't do if we don't go to certain schools. Because game recognized, they go find these boys everywhere. Shit. If a boy was playing in a shithole country in Nicaragua right now, but with 7'1" and can shoot from 25 feet, he would be drafted in the lottery next year. So I do not want to hear, well, the reason we send our kids to these schools is because basically you're saying the coach don't know what he's doing, or our people ain't good enough for your kids. What else could you be saying? You don't trust HBCU to get your kids to the next level? So let's stop dissing each other, America. Let's be real. Let's send our kids to these schools. I got one right now. And I'll tell you right now, she got a prestigious HBCU in one hand and a lily white school in the other hand. I'm going to push for that HBCU. I don't know if she's the type of player that will impact players so much that they will follow her, but she will set a standard. that I'm going to look at these schools and give them a fair shot to recruit me. Because guess what, America? That's what we need instead of handouts. We need to have an inner peace of self that we're as good as the rest of these people out here. And as long as we continue to have things like we're going to have a weekend for Rodney Covington over at, they had one player in the All-Star game and he wasn't even an All-Star. They had this guy come and join the skills challenge. Rodney Covington, TSU, Tennessee State University. Shout out to TSU. Shout out to my man, John Speller, who went to TSU. John Speller was quite a baller. Again, Rodney Covington made it to the NBA after going to an HBCU. But again, he should not have been the only NBA player on All-Star Weekend who went to an HBCU. Think of that. You think white kids would have a league where they standing out and find a reason to go to black schools? That's twisted all upside down. So if you sit up and telling these coaches, Deion Sanders is a coach at one, you think Deion can't coach your son? You tell Deion that. Hall of Fame football player, Hall of Fame football mind. Every coach he ever had said he's one of the most intellectual football. I barely showed him the damn playbook, and he cut off half the field. Deion Sanders is coaching at HBCU now. We need to start having a prestige about ourselves and saying, guess what? My kid is good enough to go to that school, and that's good school is good enough for my kid. Because until we keep doing that, we're going to keep having to deal with stuff like we're going to have an all-star game for the HBCUs this weekend. They're going to give us a little crumb instead of the whole bag. You want what's falling off the bag or you want the bag? Right now, we're accepting what they give us. You got to go out there and take it in the sports world, man. God-given athletic ability is not nothing for us to be ashamed of. God-given athletic ability is something for us to go out there and tout and flaunt and put in their face and say, I bet you wish you could do that. And until as a people we start doing that, we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot, America. I ain't mad at nobody, but I am frustrated. That NBA shenanigans last week was, I don't know what it was shenanigans. Because guess what I would have liked to see? From Oregon State University, LeBron James. From Tennessee State University, Russell Westbrook. From Clark University. I'm not going to even try to say his name. The Greek Freak. When are we going to start doing that? That's where it's at, America. I ain't mad at nobody, but that's what sports is at this time. And Miliak is telling you some things got to change. Hey, I hope you enjoyed our first show, America. I enjoyed bringing it to you. Every week we're going to get smoother and smoother, and we're going to clean some things up. And this is going to be what you're going to get. A unique take on sports, some unique interviews, some unique opinions, and a strong tilt toward community and my black people. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you come in next Monday. Thank you, TATN Network, for giving us this platform. You guys make sure you like, subscribe, and share everything on this network. Peace out. This is that network, y'all.
Great job. Hey, Tori, play the COVID, and then play the Cartman. Play the COVID.
Boy, I hope y'all got the Cartman.
Yeah, we queued up the Cartman. Play the COVID, man, first. We got a big COVID show tomorrow, y'all. Big COVID show tomorrow right here on TATN. We can save some lives. We got doctors. This is part 2 of the COVID. This is going to be part 2. We got doctors and everything, y'all. Make sure y'all check in tomorrow at 7 o'clock right here on TATN. Please check in tomorrow, 7 o'clock for the big COVID show. And big ups to Miliak. Good job, bro. Tuesday, we're doing that big COVID panel. So we have a panel with 2 medical doctors. We have a panel that also includes an attorney who lead attorney with Sandra Bland, rest her soul. So good night. Big show set up for Tuesday. COVID, the Peter pandemic. What it is, what it's doing. I want to be a virus. When will we get back to normal? I want to be a virus. What are these variants? Do we need new vaccinations for the variants? Man, what happened to
You guys know
Hagler?
our framework with Naughty Debate Show. We let everyone speak their reality and speak the truth, and then we ask the Self-Love Nation to do what? Their own research, and do what? Meditate and pray, and do what? Use their own discernment, and do what? Make a decision that's best for them and their what? Man, absolutely. You know, don't follow a narrative. You know, you lead from the front, not by your front.
Facts.
So, you know, do your own research, but that's the show we have. And then we're also putting together a minister to kind of look at everything from the COVID from a, from a spiritual perspective as well, and also where we're at. So we're excited
kids
about
back
that.
in school.
We'll talk about Wednesday soon. You know, we'll do a promo on that Wednesday. So that's just something Self-Love and I wanted to put out there. We
Or
may
not.
do the gentrification. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday is the COVID show.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So Wednesday we may do gentrification. Yeah, so let's get there. Let's promote. I mean, you know, let's support one another's ventures. I mean, that's the only way we can, you know, get to where we're going. We have to get there together. Hey, but we're real excited, y'all. We're gonna do a promo video on TATN about the COVID study. You know, Self-Love and I, we entertain, we have a lot of fun, but this one, you know, it is what it is. People are dying out here, and so that's why we're setting it up. You know, some people will label me a conspiracy theorist, and you know, I have my opinions on it. And we'll go into it
real
Tuesday,
questions this time.
next Tuesday. That's coming. So
Taking the
you know,
gloves
Self-Love,
off.
he has his opinions, and so we're gonna
Exposing
get
the
you know,
pause.
we're gonna lay it all out there. We need you guys in the chats.
I
We need
said
you with your
pause.
questions. The phone line's gonna be open. You know, we need your input.
take
Any
a short
information
stop.
that you can add. We're gonna end it on Cartman, man. We're gonna end it on Cartman.
Y'all ended on Carmen?
Yeah, we ended it on Cartman, man.
So I pulled that one up yesterday, boy. I was like, because you told me about it. Remember?
Yeah. Genius.
Yeah, you told me about it, dog.
Genius, bro. It's just genius, man.
Athletes.
Man.
Stop paying those plays.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Miliak, he threw him out because he was mad because Carmen read him the truth. All right, man. That's
All right. He said, I ain't out here. Okay, hey, you guys gonna send me that?
what, the link?
Yeah, how long before you post it?
It's been live the whole time, bro. We've been live the whole time. We've had
so I
people
can go back-
watching. Hey, and your wife and your daughter got the link, but I'll shoot it to you.
Okay. All right,
All right,
yeah,
man.
I wanna, hey man, yeah, I just got some other stuff we got to clean up. So hey, I'm gonna learn how to get this hour. So this one last thing you got to do.
Hey, well,
we're
straightening it. Let's end the show. Let's end the show,
Okay.
and then we'll straighten it
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Hey, so you want to wrap it up? You want to end the show? I'll cut your camera on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and close it out. Remember, we still
All right.
live, bro. The whole thing been live.
Okay.
So you should check your mute. Make sure you're good.
Okay, folks. Hey, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of entertainment we showed you towards the end of that. Because guess what? That's real talk, baby. He ain't arguing. He just saying. I ain't arguing. He ain't arguing. He just saying.
My
But folks,
stomach is
remember,
hurt.
you're gonna see some fun stuff like that. This is not that network. This is definitely that sports. This is definitely that sports program. Okay. See you folks next Monday.
Out.